In a fiery statement that has stirred fresh debates about ethics and responsibility in Nigeria's broadcast industry, political analyst and former spokesperson for Atiku Abubakar's 2019 presidential campaign, Segun Showunmi, has called for an urgent return to professionalism in television journalism. Showunmi, known for his outspoken views on national issues, took to X, formerly Twitter, late Tuesday night with a lengthy post titled, "Enough is Enough," when broadcasters become the story. He lamented what he described as a growing trend of television hosts abandoning journalistic ethics for personal provocation and sensationalism. According to Showunmi, when television anchors step beyond the boundaries of professionalism and turn interviews into heated confrontations, it becomes the responsibility of the station's management to intervene. However, he argued that when such lapses become habitual, the National Broadcasting Commission (NBC) must take decisive action to restore order. He urged both the Ministry of Information and the NBC to act swiftly, emphasizing that freedom of expression should never be mistaken for the freedom to insult or demean. Showunmi maintained that regulation of broadcast content was not a form of repression, but rather a necessary safeguard for national stability and public sanity. He stated that while unfiltered speech might be tolerated from online commentators or private podcasters, the same leniency should not be extended to licensed national broadcasters who are expected to operate under professional codes. In his words, what can be excused from a citizen's podcast cannot and must not be tolerated from a national broadcaster. Taking direct aim at Arise TV and its morning show anchor Rufai Oseni, Showunmi accused them of repeatedly crossing professional boundaries and turning journalism into an avenue for personal attack. He alleged that the channel and its anchor had crossed too many lines and could no longer be allowed to constitute themselves into prosecutors, judges, and enemies of the state under the guise of journalism. He further argued that there was a clear difference between questioning power and attacking the very idea of order, stressing that the media must not lose sight of its role as an impartial observer rather than instigator of controversy. However, Showunmi's statement did not go unchallenged, as human rights activist Mahdi Shehu swiftly responded, accusing the politician of hypocrisy and attempting to shut press freedom. Shehu mocked Showunmi's outburst, saying that if he ever became Director General of the NBC, he could then have the power to shut down Arise TV. He added sarcastically that Showunmi could also urge President Bola Tinubu to close down Arise TV, Premium Times, and Sahara Reporters so that evil may triumph over falsehood for a short while. In a scathing rebuke, Shehu accused Showunmi of being a sellout who had lost credibility, describing his remarks as a sad commentary from a man who once championed democratic ideals. The online exchange came just hours after a heated live interview on Arise TV between Minister of Works Dave Umahi and Rufai Oseni. During the segment, which focused on the controversial Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project, Oseni pressed the minister for transparency regarding the project's costs and funding. The discussion quickly escalated into a tense back and forth, sparking public debate about decorum, accountability, and the fine line between tough questioning and perceived hostility. For many observers, the clash between Showunmi and Shehu reflects the larger tension between government figures and the media, a recurring theme in Nigeria's democratic journey. While some agree with Showunmi's call for stricter broadcast standards, others view it as an attempt to intimidate journalists and weaken press freedom. As the debate rages on, one question remains at the center of Nigeria's media landscape. Where should the line be drawn between accountability and antagonism? In an era where every broadcast can spark national controversy, the challenge for journalists and regulators alike may be finding the balance between truth-telling and tact, without compromising either freedom or fairness. Uche Jacinta for Eagles FM News.